What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Life is Cooler with AC. I'm your host, Alex Cunningham. Today, a very special friend of mine, Mr. Gary Spragg. What's up, buddy?
What's up? How's it going?
Good, man. Gary is one of, honestly, I don't know how you are such a fucking fan favorite in Temple. Like, you know more people than I have ever met.
I'm just a hometown boy.
I guess. I had Danny Martinez on a couple weeks ago, last week, whenever the fuck this airs, and he was like, yeah, you know, when I first did my first show, Gary was there, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
because I went to high school with his guitar player.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I was just like, how's Gary know? Fucking everyone.
Like, it's just, like, I was always active in music. Like, that's where I know Danny from, and, like, venues, like, I was in bands, and then also, like, anyone who needed a merch guy, I was like, I'm down to do merch.
Yeah.
And, like, if you have a flyer, give me 100 copies of it. I'll pass out to everyone.
Hey,
like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I've always just been good at, like, talking to people.
Yeah,
and, like,
for
hanging
sure.
out and, like, just being social.
Well, that's great. Yeah, no, we appreciate it. And what we also appreciate is the fucking beer. Yeah. So Gary is 7 months sober until this podcast aired. So thanks for giving up sobriety for the, you know,
of course.
the
we'll
podcast.
Make bad decisions.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
So today we're trying. It's by St. Arnold. It's a ye old Christmas ale, rich and cheerful.
Yep, Texas' oldest craft brewery.
Yeah, which it's weird being rich and cheerful because that's like the exact opposite of you, Gary. so like
just poor and sad all the time.
Just poor and sad. Gary Spragg. When we do shows together, that's how I'm going to introduce you. Give it up for the poor and sad Gary Spragg.
See, people identify with it.
Yeah, exactly. So you go ahead and open it. So this is brewed and canned by St. Arnold's Brewing Company out of Houston, Texas. So again, we keep it local, and that's what I love about everything that I do is like I try and do local and try and do like smaller brands. And so I'm actually going to do a little shout out right now. So my Silly Goose hoodie, shout out to Chris Dixon for fucking backstory.
Yeah,
my wife and I, we wrote. Well, my wife. Let's be honest.
My wife.
Yeah, she wrote a child's book, kid's book. It was just my idea, and then she like actually did it. Everything that I do in life. My idea is she figures out how to get it done.
You're the idea guy.
Right, exactly. She's the put in the work person. So we wrote this book, and it's about a goose and him creating, his own baggage, Chris Dixon was like, oh, I would love to read it and, draw for it. And we sent it to him, and we get this package on our front door, from Amazon, and we both got Silly Goose sweaters.
That's so sick.
Yeah, it's just, so shout out to Chris for hooking us up with our own merch that we haven't made yet, way to be ahead of the times, Chris.
Yeah, he's just ahead of it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he's in Seattle now, so they're like 2 hours
he's
behind.
Yeah, right? He's behind. Yeah, he's actually in the past because he's old as fuck. Sorry, Chris.
We love you. We miss you.
Yeah, debatable. So, did you try it?
No. I was waiting for you.
Let's try it. It is thick.
That is, that's a thick boy.
It's not bad, actually.
No.
It's better than what I thought it was going to be. Have you had a lot of like holiday Christmas type ales?
Not really. I try to stay away from Christmas stuff.
That makes sense, yeah.
No, I'm born on Christmas, so everything Christmassy, I'm like, I'm tired of this already.
Right, yeah, you're like, I just wish that this day never happened.
Yeah, you're like, come on, Jesus. Why are you going to take this away from me?
Yeah, no, you're just, Gary, I know you. You're like, I wish that I could go back in time, back to 1984, as the Terminator, and terminate my mom and dad before they had me.
No, I'd go back and terminate Jesus.
This is my day now, you piece of shit.
You took away joy.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a season of love, and it's a season of fucking hate. Way to go, Jesus.
Well, like, I always had family members who were, like, super broke, so they're always like, here's this one thing, it's your birthday and Christmas present. I was like, that's $20.
Yeah. I'm only worth $10 to you.
Yeah, right.
$10 a holiday. They're like, well, I got to pay for the people that I actually care about.
And then I'm over here being the pud, like giving people presents on my birthday.
Yeah, see, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But have you ever like used that to your advantage and be like, hey girl, it's Christmas. It's also my birthday. Give me a blowy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Does
so
it
many
work?
Times. Yeah.
Yeah, I always ask, but I mean, it's never happened yet.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. I'm trying to take all the shots.
Exactly.
Right into the mouth. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Can I get a blowy?
This is also rich and cheerful.
It's free, I swear.
You
don't have to pay for it.
You got to work for it a little bit.
Yeah, but like,
not long.
No. 45 seconds. You're good.
So I want to dig into your Terminator joke a little bit, Gary. So for those of you who don't know, have you posted that anywhere?
No, I'm like, it's been through so many iterations that like every time I do record it, I'm like, this can be better. I don't want to post it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Which is a good practice to have, absolutely. But so you guys won't see it yet unless you go see Gary live, which fucking, of course, go do it.
Yeah, go do it.
But your Terminator joke is so fucking funny to me for two reasons. One is because most people don't fucking care about the 1984 whatever word that is.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, see, he fucking knows. Yeah, like, it is so good, with Arnold that can't fucking speak English yet, like, it's such a great film. But you talk about it in a totally different way.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking love it. I'm going to give a little bit of background. I don't want to ruin his joke, but,
I ruined it myself. You're fine.
Okay, good. So you guys remember, like the golden age, back in the 50s and 60s where black people couldn't drink from our water fountains. So Gary has recreated, I don't mean golden age like it was good. That's just what they call it, okay?
See, this is where you look bad.
So Gary does this.
Stay quiet.
He does this really fun idea, and he's like, I don't trust the robots, whatever, I don't want them drinking from my water fountain. And it's so fucking good. Like, it's so funny, and I hate the fact that people don't get it.
Yeah, no, it's lost on so many people.
Yeah, and like, I don't know how you would like bring that in, like to make them realize like what you're doing, like that like, because what you're doing is you're touching on racism, but just from a different perspective, it's not like a person, it is like a race of machines.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so hard to like, so you've seen that bit from like the beginning.
Yep.
Because you saw the first iteration where I was like, this is a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like, I can work this out. And then I was just like any joke, you just have to go up and eat shit on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, multiple times. I went through 5 times, like, doing it and just being like, oh, no, I don't have this.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what I love about you and your comedy is that, like, you will legitimately go up there and do 5 minutes, and we're like, Gary, I wish you would have got off at 3. But it's like, but you push through, and you're like, I don't care. I have 5 minutes that I want to see if any of it's funny, and I'm going to fucking get it done.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, like, put in that work, know?
As I have that microphone. You're my bitch.
Yeah,
for 5 minutes.
Exactly. Like, and that's what's so funny. And I think that that's a big reason why you are, respected in this scene is because people see that, like, you're not done yet. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, so that's you keep working on it. You keep going back, and like that Terminator bit is just so fucking funny. And the fact that it's like, nah, I'm gonna like the toaster, like you just every fucking thing, and like it you're like, yeah, like the more you hear it, the more you're like, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
Like, this makes sense.
Like the first time, the last time I did it, where it really clicked with a lot of people. Like, I did the line about the water fountain, and there were 3 black people in the crowd. I was like, as long as I can get all 3 of these black people to laugh.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them like died. I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm going for it, because like I feel like white people would get lost on that.
It's because they don't want to be, oh, I'm not racist, I can't laugh because that's racist, yeah.
Well, and it's like, you're at a comedy club, like, I'm gonna say crazy shit sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I have a bit where I was joking with like Kanye whenever he went anti-Semitic. I was like, Kanye's got more followers on Twitter than there are Jews in the world.
Right.
Like, I did that at the wrong place, I guess. and it was a bunch of UMHB kids, like, and like their Christian schooling was like, don't laugh at that.
Really? Yeah.
They were like, they held back on it so hard, but one guy up top laughed. I was like, that's my guy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so neat is that, like, I tell people that all the time, you know, like, you're going to go and you're going to do comedy all over the place. Like, you've seen, you know, the stuff that we're doing with AC Squared, and, like, we're very, you know, like, underground comedy, you know? So it's weird because you go to these places and most of these people aren't expecting comedy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, comedy show, that sounds great. And they think we're going to go out there and be, you know, like a Jerry Seinfeld and be like, you know, fucking airplane food, you know? But it's like, no, we're going to talk about real shit that, like, might make you uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah,
but,
100%.
Yeah, you have to be willing to laugh at the uncomfortable, you know? Like, did you just see Dave Chappelle's thing on Saturday Night Live about Kanye?
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, check it out. It's so fucking good. And it's like at 15 minutes, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, he does this bit about how he's like, now I'm not saying that, you know, the Jews run Hollywood, but I'm just saying I've been to Hollywood. There's a lot of Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you know, like sometimes you just, you know, like, what is that phrase? You call a something a something. I don't remember what it is. Yeah, I'm stupid, guys. You've been here for like 35 episodes. You fucking know.
Well, that's like the thing about comedy is like comedy writes itself in a lot of places. You just have to pay attention to it.
Exactly. You have to find the funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like sometimes funny is really easy to find.
Yeah.
And other times it's a Terminator bit, and you have to work on it for like 4 months straight.
Exactly. But that's the difference, though, I think, between like comedians and non-comedians is that like I was talking to a guy the other day, you know, about like just doing like a fucking jerk-off joke. And it's like, yeah, those are always going to get laughs.
Oh, yeah.
But they're always cheap. But whenever you can make somebody laugh about, you know, like the Terminator, when you can make somebody laugh about the Terminator and machines are just like, you know, black people were back in the 60s, you know, like when you start making these weird comparisons, you know, like, and they laugh, that's when you're seeing things from a different fucking lens, you know?
Well, in like, I remember it was a weird tournament events of like YouTube stuff where it was like Terminator theories, and then like I like went to like I really like dig into philosophy of YouTube, and then it like talked about like subvergence of like machines versus people, and it just goes down that loophole about how we treat robots and how we treat people, and then like it turned into like critical race theory. I was like, this is the wrong place for me to be. I'm done with this.
Right.
And then but then I thought about it. I was like, well, in the future, like robots are going to be more prevalent. We already have like Roombas and like the sushi robots and like all that stuff. And like video games have done this a million times, but they've always talked about like what happens when we get too far with robots and they're kind of like people.
Yeah.
We're going to treat them like people, and what do people do to other people? They hate them.
Right. Yeah. People kill people.
Yeah.
Like that is what happens.
It was the dumbest shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I mean, just where I live, you know, the city that I live, like there's murders all over the city over like, oh, my girlfriend was talking to some other guy and we've only been together for like 2 months, and then he kills them both. And it's like, what the fuck is happening right now? Dude,
I was in Houston, like this is years and years ago, and I watched an argument between like a couple devolve into her hitting him with her car, and I watched him die that day.
Jesus.
I was like, yo, 20 minutes ago, you guys were just arguing.
Yeah, you guys could have just like hate fucked this out.
Or you could have just been like, all right, we're going to walk away. But no, you hit him
with
your car.
You killed this man. That's dedication.
Yeah, no, gold star for her.
Yeah, I mean, like that is a defense. It's like, you know, what is it? It's like passion, you know, like passion crime, or you know,
crime of passion.
Yeah, and it's like that is perfect. You know, like I was just so angry because I loved him so much that I was like, I just had to fucking get in my car, start the ignition, do a 3-point turn, and hit that motherfucker. I had to make sure he wouldn't walk away from this.
He's never gonna have another girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
He'll never have another breath. Yeah, he's fucking dead now.
I'm the one.
Yeah. You said you didn't know what life was before me, bitch. You sure ain't gonna know what it is after me, because you are dead.
I remember sitting there in front of like a Houston police officer, and they're like, "What happened?" I was like, "Dude, I don't even fucking know."
Yeah,
I really don't. I just know people were yelling, and then a lot of people were like, "Don't get in the car," and like you go away, and then like you see it.
Yeah. and now he's dead. Like, this is what happens.
I was like, it's Houston, bro.
I've heard Houston can get rough. Like,
dude,
I've never been there.
I did a beer run with a guy in Houston, and
is that like a run where you get drunk on like a physical run?
No, you have to like just go like a beer run's just where you go get beer.
Oh, okay. See, being a runner, I'm like, we're doing like a turkey trot, which is like where you go like do like a 5K on Thanksgiving. So I thought it was like, we run for beer.
We get our cardio in before we like, consume carbs.
Exactly. We get healthy while we get fucked up.
Yeah, right. No. So he was like, yo, dude, he's like, the gas station's right down the street. Can you give me a ride? I was like, yeah, no problem. And he got my car. Super sketchy, dude.
Uh-huh.
But at the time, I was pretty sketchy too. And we're driving down the road, and this dude cuts me off, and he goes, hell no, that shit ain't flying here. I was like, no, dude, it's not even good. We're good.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I'm from Temple.
He gets into the lane, and he goes, nah. He's like, pull up on that motherfucker. And we pull up, and he like leans out my window and starts yelling at him. I was like, all right, this is whatever.
Yeah.
And then he pulled a gun out and blows out his front tire. And I see this dude go
Jesus
into the ditch.
And that was the day Gary killed a man.
And I immediately pulled over, and like, I am not okay around guns. Like, I get weird. I get clammy. I can't deal with it. Like, we're not shooting at deer. Like,
we're shooting at people.
Yeah, we're shooting at people. And the guy got out of the car, and I was like, he's okay. I looked at the dude. I was like, get the fuck out of my car. You can't be here. He's like, no, dude. He's like, this is H-Town. I was like, I don't give a fuck what this place is. You have to leave. And like,
by H, he means fucking homicide town.
Like, my anxiety went a million times up. I'm like in the mood to like start crying. I was like, I don't know what's going on, man. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, where the fuck am I? And he's like yelling at the dude. I got in my car into the most dangerous U-turn I've ever done in my life, and just got the fuck out.
And you made him walk to get the beer?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Man, did you guys like end up back at the same party?
No, I didn't see him after that.
Okay, I was gonna. How awkward would that be? And then like he shoots your tire out.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I got back to the party, and they're like, yo, where's the beer? Where's this dude? I was like, he shot someone's tire.
And they died.
No, and they were like, yo, what happened? I was like, he cut me off. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, nah, that's all right.
Nah. And they're like, nah, bro, like, he cut you off. And like, he's like, we about that shit. I was like, I'm at the wrong party.
He cut you off, so we cut that dog's life off.
It was so. I've thought about like trying to put that in a bit, but it's like it's too jarring for myself. I'm just like, I don't know how to do this.
Right?
Like,
yeah. Well, right there, like we were in H. He screamed, "This is H-Town." I didn't realize that meant homicide.
Yeah.
Like you got to talk about that. That's funny as fuck.
Like I've been in so many dumb situations where I was like, I'm gonna die here.
Right.
And like I'm like, I shouldn't be here.
Right. And
like,
then when you make it through, you're like, I wish I would have. Like.
But then, like, when I started comedy, they're like, well, talk about stories. I was like, I got plenty of that.
Yeah. Well, and that's, like, I think that is one thing that I don't like. So, like, I love to be honest on this because, you know, you're on camera, so if you get mad, you look like a bitch. But no, like, that is what I hate about when you do certain jokes, right? Like, you revert to your hockey joke. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And I'm just like, Gary, no one cares. Like, shut the fuck up. Talk about something that matters. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm not saying that, like, don't talk about the things that you're passionate about, because that's not what I mean. But the way that you do it, you're just like, I like this. You guys don't like this. When I talk about this, it feels like when someone else talks about something else you don't like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's accurate. We don't like any of it.
Yeah.
I wish you would stop talking now. Like,
well, and that's the whole thing about that joke.
Yeah, no, and like I get that, you know, and like I appreciate that, but it, especially like being a non-hockey fan, which I wish, like I've actually, like since seeing you in all your fucking hockey jerseys, I've been like, I wish that I would fucking just follow hockey.
Yeah,
like it looks cool.
See, like we live in Texas, huge football town,
and right?
Like I watch football and fall asleep. I just can't do it.
Right. Yeah. See, and like that's it. Like I used to watch. Like I would watch hockey with my friend who is also from PA. He's I've told you about him from from Pittsburgh, and so he was always watching the fucking Penguins or whatever the fuck you guys are, but then like being a Patriots fan, like everybody's always talking about about Boston, and like they do okay, and I'm like, why not just like pick a random? Because like I don't know anything. Like why not just pick a random fucking hockey team and be like, nah, this is who I'm gonna follow now.
Dude, there's so many like people who like, especially down here, they'll like pick the Dallas Stars at first, like in the Dallas Stars won't do well for a season, and then they've been watching hockey the whole season, so they look at random teams and like you'll see them bandwagon real hard.
Of course, yeah.
And they're like, oh, I love the Washington Capitals. I'm like, they're gonna do shit next year,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Have fun with that.
Then whose jersey are you gonna buy?
You just spent $200 on a jersey. Have fun with that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it was weird living out in LA because people, what is it, the Kings?
Yeah,
LA Kings, and but are they a new team? Is that like
67? They came in
1967. So no would be the answer. Okay.
I know way too much about hockey. So.
Right, those were the golden days back in the day. Back in the 60s.
Back when there was no robots in hockey.
So, which I don't know. Maybe they got something was new about it, or else is there a different LA team that came out? Newer, like
no. Because like the closest team to them is Anaheim, and it's like the Mighty Ducks.
That's not so with because it's NHL, right? National Hockey League. Is there like a lower division?
There's like AHL, and I think LA's team is actually out of somewhere in Canada.
What the fuck? How?
Yeah, I don't know. They're like this.
We're gonna sponsor that team.
Well, that's where hockey players come from, is Canada. So
well, of course.
They're like, we're gonna put our team right here. I think it's Ontario Reign. I think that's the name for their AHL.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys were planning on doing.
Yeah, that's weird. Could you imagine that? You're just like, actually, I'm going to just like, I'm from Indiana. You're from Pittsburgh. What the fuck ever? But you're like, technically, I'm actually from LA.
Yeah.
Like what the how? Nah.
That's like, there's so many people who move from California here, and they're like, oh, I'm from Texas. Like, no, you've been here for a year.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit.
Yeah. No, like, you have not suffered through like all the horrible politics of the state.
Exactly.
And like, but I mean, we have got great things in the state, but like also it's just a lot. Like they always say your vote doesn't matter. I really feel like my vote hasn't mattered in the past like 20 years.
Your vote doesn't, Gary.
Yeah, doesn't.
Everyone else's, but yours, they're like, it's another Spragg boy.
Yeah. Well, and it's like that's like the crazy thing about like being a comedian in Texas is like I've wrote so many political jokes, but I can't use any of them.
Yeah. See, and that's what's like. Honestly, it's hard with political jokes.
Oh yeah.
And like that's what's so funny. I was in a car one time with a bunch of comedians. I may have told this story on here before. If I didn't, you guys are gonna learn some stuff today.
Time skip.
Yeah, right. No. There is zero editing. You guys get it fucking all. So it's there. I was in a group of comedians. We were going to a show, and one of the comedians was like, "I'm glad we're all so liberal in this car," and like. I'm from Indiana, and I was like, I hope my gun's not sticking out right now. I was like, I'm so uncomfortable, like it was so weird, because it's like anytime that it talks about like the arts or like anything like that, people generally do fall, to the left side, So it is weird seeing, and that was one of the things that I noticed coming to Texas and like hearing people be political because I'm used to LA where people are political and it's super super. Liberal or Democrat, whatever the fuck word you want to use.
Something weird. Something.
Yes, something. But it's like I don't mind when people are kind of like in the middle somewhere. But when you're aggressive on either side, it's annoying.
Oh yeah, you become the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's so dumb and like. You go too far to the right, you're this. You go too far to the left, you're this. I'm like, that's the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, you're the same person that you don't want to be, but just on the opposite fucking side.
You're still an asshole.
You're still a piece of shit. But so that it was so weird coming here and hearing political jokes, and it was like, well, these are conservative political jokes, and then I was like, I still don't like politics in comedy at all. Like
no, like it's it's always great to see when you see like that country dude who shows up for an open mic. He's like, you know, all the buddies at my machine shop, they love these jokes. I'm gonna go up and sign up. And then he says some like crazy political or racist joke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this might be funny there, but this is not funny.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And just like you know, like going the other direction. Like when we were in LA, there was this lady, and she was a writer on like SNL and like all. So you know she's funny. You know what I mean? And she got up there, and this was during Trump's administration, and she was just like, she literally talked about his physical appearance for like 45 minutes.
Just like anyone else has done that.
Yep. And we were all like, everyone in LA, everyone, like not a single laugh. It was just fucking crickets the whole, because it's like, shut the fuck up. Like,
we see him. We understand.
We came here to listen to something funny, not for you to just be like, well, I actually took notes last time I saw Trump.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
he's left-handed. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, who cares?
And like,
that's what's hard about political jokes, you know? Like, that's why, like, I don't do any political jokes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not political, you know? Like, I'm too stupid to know. I didn't vote.
I try, after Trump's administration, I really tried to be more political.
Really?
Because I was like, yo, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, that dude he spent like, 5 years saying, you're fired. And like, we just made him president.
Yeah. And
he had a line, and that's all we got from him.
I was trying to get fired. Like, and it happened.
And then, like, didn't like Dr. Oz, he like went for a state for like governor or something?
Again, I stay so far out of. I have no fucking idea.
I was watching the news and it said Dr. Oz. I'm like, that's Dr. Oz, like from the TV show. He's not a politician.
Yeah.
Where did he? Does he know his thing?
Right.
And then I looked. I was like, "Is it? It's not Texas. Okay, whatever."
Okay.
I was like, "They can have that over there."
Right? Yeah, that's Oklahoma. Fuck everyone in Oklahoma.
Like,
but it's just so weird, you know, like just trying to, like, with politics, especially because in today's society, you know, like it's so divided.
Oh,
you
100%.
know, so that's why I stay away from it. But when I said that, like how you said Trump said you're fired, like I did recently get fired, and today I donated plasma.
You're like, this is where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, this is my life now. Like, I still have the Band-Aid on my arm.
Oh. Hey, you did good for the world, though.
I did, yeah. But it was weird because they asked me like 7 times, like, do you have hepatitis? Do you have AIDS?
You're like, last time I checked, no.
Yeah. I'm like, still no. You asked me that 5 fucking seconds ago.
Oh, no, that hooker walked in and blew me. I might have it now.
They asked that. They were like, have you had sex with anyone in exchange for drugs or money? No.
Like, yes, my wife.
Right. Yeah. She gives me money all the time. It's not good sex, but I give it to her.
She gets what she pays for.
Yeah, exactly. She gives me all of her money. I give her all that I got, and it's still not good.
You're like, I'm trying. I swear to God.
It's funny. So you guys will see. We talked a little bit about sex with Danny, and he was like, 99% of the time, my wife and I come at the same time. And I was like, 99% of the time, my wife doesn't come. So I'm just confused.
I'm so proud of you, Danny.
Right? Yeah. Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. He's like, we come at the same time. We just give her a high five.
Right?
Like,
I'm glad you showed up. That's what I mean by coming. Yeah. You were here.
Dude, that's where like dating gets weird, is like, I'm still single, dating, and like they're like, someone asked me like, did you make her come? I was like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, if you didn't make her come, she fucked you. I was like, I still got laid.
Right, exactly. Either way, my dick threw up all over her face.
Yeah,
like what difference does it make?
Like, part of me wants to be like that feminist and be like, I took care of her, I made her come, like she's good. But the other part of me is just like, yo, this date went terrible. This might be the highlight of my date.
See, I'm so bad. I'm just like, nah, it's all right.
I'll
get you next time. Yeah. And that's like before me and my wife got together, it was like I was just such a piece of shit lover. Like, it wasn't a love. It was just like a fucking hate.
You're just like, we're good.
Yeah. I was like, do you like that? Cool.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Yeah, exactly. 2 for me.
You're like, as long as I get an attaboy, we're good.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like, as long as you're not going to tell everybody how bad this was. Like, that, to me, that's successful.
somewhere in Indiana there's a forum about how Alex can't come.
No. I come all the time. That's the problem. They
you can't
don't.
make girls come.
Right?
in.
Yeah, they don't. Like
Alex, 1-star.
Right. I'm a 5-star man.
He's only 5 stars because he got 5 1-star reviews.
You add them all together, what do you get?
Anyway, win's a win.
I'll take it.
That's all I got, man.
Are you like you're single right now, right?
Yeah.
So do you bang a lot?
As much as I can.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
No, I've had my luck here and there. Like,
yeah.
I've had my share of some really weird dates.
Yeah.
And I was just like, can this stop? Can we be over?
Really?
And, yeah.
Are you gay?
No. But like the more and more I go on dates, I'm like, dude, dating dudes must be easier than this.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I don't know, cause but I backtrack, slow it down. I think where you go wrong is the dating part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't take it like just be like. So I was so good at being a piece of shit, right? I was just like, we gonna bang or like, because I'm not gonna buy you a meal.
Oh yeah, no.
For nothing. Like I'm not gonna spend, because think about it. One meal, one outing is you and her, right? I don't know why I pointed at myself with her. Like that's stupid.
I'll take you on a date later.
Right?
Okay?
Then you're paying.
We'll talk about football. It's easy.
Hockey.
You'll talk about football. I'll talk about hockey. We're good.
Yeah. Either way, there's gonna be balls involved.
Oh, exactly.
And a puck.
Yeah. A net. Someone's gonna be the net.
Right. Someone's catching something. So, but it's like on a date, it's collectively $50, right?
Yeah,
like, let's, on average. So if it's a $50 date and you got to do that twice before you get late, that's $100. Like, is it worth it? You could legitimately pick up a fucking whore, a prostitute.
I was literally thinking that.
Yeah, for $30.
$30, blowy. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. You could probably put it in her butt.
I don't have to talk about our feelings.
Right. I mean, you might have to check the box if you try and donate plasma.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, yeah, I've got the HIV.
Yeah. I
I
don't know yet. Like, can we do a test real quick?
Inconclusive?
I mean, that sounds good to me. $100, please.
Right. Exactly. But, and then but wow, you just blew my fucking mind. Think about that. You bang her for $30, but then you get $100 with the plasma. So
that's
then
$70 profit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So then you can do that again. Like that's a fucking money making business.
I don't know if that's money making. How about I not spend $30, not fuck the hooker, and then still get $100?
Yeah, but that's stupid. Because then you're not getting plowed.
Yeah.
I just assume that you're the one getting plowed.
Yeah, me just here's $30 and a strap on.
And a strap on that I paid $70 for.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm breaking even.
I gotta donate a lot of plasma. This baby pays for itself.
Exactly. I'm like, you need any other fluids? I've got plenty in my ass.
Yeah, right. You guys are low in KY?
Right. Let me hook you up. I got a guy. I got a plug. That's comedy.
Yeah, right. Something like that. Recently, like I went on it wasn't even a date. So I matched with her on Bumble.
Okay.
And
so you're on those dating sites.
Oh yeah, fuck. I want to kill myself. I was hanging out with Jeremiah.
Uh-huh.
And like we were at the bar and this girl hits me on Bumble.
Okay.
And she's like asked me if I know any pedophiles.
What?
Yeah, like that was her opening line. Because on Bumble they have to message you first.
Well, yeah, but why would you be like, is she underage? Is she?
No, she's like 41.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I don't think so.
Not yet.
Like, I hang out with comedians, so I might know.
So
one.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. Like was like 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Yeah. Still inconclusive.
2 of you were pedophiles.
Exactly.
Like, we know that for sure. Alex is underage. Like
that's another shout out to Chris Dixon. He's working on a pedophile joke right now.
Aren't we all?
Most of them just aren't a joke. Gary's like, this is just my life. Come here, kids.
So why do I think I dress up like Santa?
Right. But so this girl hits you up on Bumble, asks if you're a pedophile.
No, asked if I knew any pedophiles.
Yeah, but that was incognito.
Yeah.
Are you a pedophile?
Yeah. And I had sold out somebody that we both know. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
And
name drop right now. Do they watch this?
They're super autistic.
Super autistic. Oh, yeah, okay.
And like it's a joke. We all.
Okay. I was like, "What? Are you about to drop a bomb on me right now?"
No.
Okay. Do you know something I don't?
No, we both know. But it was all in jokes. And,
yeah.
He doesn't watch this.
Okay, good. Sorry, Sean. Hey, you know what? He's not really. He doesn't. He's just, it's funny.
It's just funny because he was working with kids.
Not anymore. Now he works with old people.
And have you noticed, like, the silver alerts in the state have gone up?
Generally, it's like, so-and-so left home in this car, but now it's just like, we don't know where they went. They were in a nursing home.
Does it look like Deshaun's car? But those are always my go-to jokes at open mics. If I'm bombing and I see him in the
just
crowd,
roast.
I'm just like, go.
Yeah, no, that's every time I see your name, I'm like, I'm going after Gary.
See, that's the funny thing is after I see your name, I'm like, I'm going to go after Alex.
Yeah, because you like every fucking time, if you are before me, I'm gonna talk about whatever it was. Because the other day you're like, did you write your own jokes? Like, yeah, motherfucker, right now. I'm writing them on stage right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm doing all of your jokes, but about you. I wish Gary couldn't drink up my fucking water fountain.
God. A lot of people think that.
But so
beer number 2.
Hey, that's good. You know, I
this
got
is
one.
actually really good. Like
It is. The more you drink it, the better it gets.
Oh yeah, and it's not like super hoppy. It's not like an IPA, and like it's very smooth.
Yeah.
And like,
what kind of beers do you like?
Dude, I'm such a trash person. It's when Oktoberfest hits, like anything Oktoberfest.
Same.
Yingling came to the state of Texas, so I'm so fucking stoked.
Yingling is trash.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, so I actually we did the show, like, it's a place called Glamorous, Texas, and they were like this little bar, whatever. And I asked, "What kind of beer do you have?" And she's like, "We don't have draft." And I was like, I didn't ask that. I said, "What kind of beer do you have?" You know? And she was like, "Are you about to be complicated right now?" And I was like, "No, like, what the no, like, I don't like IPAs. I don't like, like shit that's super hoppy, which I can drink them, like if that's like whatever. But like, I would rather like a Hefeweizen or a fucking, a lager, like whatever, just like,
as long as it's not Bud Light with Bud Light adjacent.
Exactly, yeah. I don't want bottom of the barrel fucking rice beer, And so she gave me something that was super good, but it's like, I've come to realize most people just like the cheap, nasty shit, and it's weird.
Because like, they're not thinking about drinking. They're just like, I want to get fucked up so I can stop forgetting, like, stop remembering all the shit in my past.
But you're drinking something that is a 4.0.
Yeah, I know.
You have to drink a fucking 12-pack to even get a buzz.
Yeah, there's not a lot of logic behind it.
I know, like, that's why I'm always so confused. And it's always guys that are like super fucking thin, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll take a Michelob Ultra. Yeah, ultra gay.
I'll take a water."
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, this is trash.
Like, when I'm in Pennsylvania, like the number one thing I always drink is Iron City.
Okay, I haven't heard it.
Only get that in like Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Like I looked online to see if I get it shipped to me, and they're like, "Do you live in Western Pennsylvania? No, go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And like, it's in every spot in Pennsylvania, like at least Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And
like the beer of the city type of thing.
Yeah, and well, it's how Lone Star is here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Lone Star, you can only get in Texas.
Yeah. So and it's at every fucking bar.
Oh yeah, and then Iron City's at every bar, every Pimente's, every other bar in Pennsylvania. I've seen like fights break out because they didn't carry Iron City at a bar.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, this is stupid.
Now, when are you going back to PA?
Possibly in January.
If you don't bring me this beer to have on this podcast, I'm gonna be fucking livid.
Oh, dude, I'll be sure to ship some to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
it's I'm not gonna.
I'll pay for it. Like,
I'm not gonna hype it up.
I don't have money.
Like,
I didn't donate.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It'll be my. When's your birthday?
Yes.
Oh, I'll send you just whenever your birthday is.
It's Christmas.
Here's your birthday Christmas.
It was actually only $10, so it's only $5 a piece.
Don't worry about it. Like, now you know how I feel. But no, I'll bring you some Iron City. Like, it's not the best beer ever.
No, that's
but it's
fine.
like your mid-average beer. You're like, I can drink this and not hate it.
See, and like that's what I love. And like with having honestly, when I first started this, it was not a thing, right? Yeah. It was just like, let's have a drink, let's, do whatever. And then we started drinking some whiskeys. People brought whiskeys, so like it became a whiskey thing.
Oh, if I brought whiskey, it'd be a whole different podcast.
Yeah, well, see, like you're kind of fuck you for not, but then it got to the thing where it's like I'm buying, like different drinks for like it's become a thing. So I can't afford to have different whiskeys every time, and like I do sometimes have some, guests on that they'll bring something and like and I really appreciate it, but it's like it doesn't make sense for me to have because we don't drink a fucking bottle on here,
You're gonna spend $90 on a bottle.
Exactly, yeah. We're gonna take a couple fucking drinks. We're gonna be fucked up by the end of it, and now I'm losing fucking shelf space because I have all of these bottles of fucking whiskey.
Because you're that guy who has to keep all the bottles.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, I'm saying either not empty. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So and like I can't
try to trash on your own podcast.
No, like Dixon brought me a bottle of Angel's Envy, and it was really good. My wife went out of town one weekend, and I fucking drank it all. Yeah, like I sat out on my back fucking porch, called one of my high school teachers, and
that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and had a conversation with him for like
3 hours. Like, I can't fucking do it anymore. I'm stuck in Texas of all places.
Yeah, no, I fell asleep. Like I woke up, like I had a cigar in my hand. And I woke up, the bottle was empty, and my phone was on my chest, and it was blasting Creed. It was like, with arms wide open. And I was like, that you're fucked up when it was like, like you're not even singing words at this point anymore. You're just fucking... Exactly. There are no words coming out. It's just mumbles to Creed, 6 feet from the edge, I'm thinking. So I was like, I should probably go inside. And when I looked at the clock, it was like 11
p.m.
No. Yeah, p.m.
Oh,
11.
God, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I started at like 5.
Okay, yeah.
So I drank for like, what is that? That's 6 hours, right? Yeah. And it wasn't even late. And I woke up the next day hungover as fuck because I drank an entire bottle of whiskey by myself and had like 7 cigars. I mean, like, I was the epitome of fucking loser at that point.
Like, you're like a dad.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're gonna look around and be like, oh, there's a kid in here.
Right.
Like,
where the fuck did you come from?
You don't even look like me. Why
are you black?
See, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to go that far. You went that far.
No, I think that's
like, Alexis, you got something to say to me?
Yeah. You finally had to come yourself, huh? Yeah. That's what happened? You called fucking Philly? So
shout out to Philly making girls come.
Right. Philly's the real OG.
When we can't do it, Philly does it.
Right. The original G spot. So you've watched this. You've seen some questions, right, from the audience.
Yeah.
You want to? Let's do one.
All right.
Want to do it? You pick it. You're a better reader than me.
Oh, I'm autistic. Not autistic, but dyslexic.
Just
See,
retarded.
I'm dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who is your favorite serial killer? See, that's where like Jeffrey Dahmer always gets a lot of talk, but I feel like we don't talk about Ed Gein enough.
Yeah. See, Ed Gein is he your favorite?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So Ed Gein was really cool because he had a nipple belt.
Yeah.
Right? Like and it was like human nipples.
Yeah.
And like I love nipples.
Like, dude, he is the working man serial killer.
Yeah.
He was out there digging up graves and like
but the working
Well, okay, he was digging up graves. He had mom issues. But then eventually he started killing because he was like, this like decayed shit's not good enough for me. So he had to up the quality.
Yeah, but he's not the working man was Ted Bundy. Right, because he was like America's sweetheart, like Zac Efron played him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'd fuck him, Like Dahmer, nah. Ed Gein, he's an old-looking fucking piece of shit, Like his belt was cool.
Yeah, like he inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
like that's my shit. Like,
my dad's brother, right?
Killed people.
No. He's an illegitimate brother. It's fucking weird. Like, I met him like twice in my life, but he's from Texas, lives somewhere here. I don't know.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I have no fucking
East
idea.
Texas, probably.
I think he lives around Montgomery County.
Oh fuck! I don't
That's
know
like around Houston.
Yeah.
I don't know.
East Texas. See, I told you.
Yeah. So he went to prison for like 10 years for like DUIs, right? Because Texas is really strict on that shit.
Yeah.
So he went to prison, and when I started talking to him, like in my like early teens or whatever, he was like, "Yeah, I actually was in prison with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy."
Oh shit!
And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." I didn't, like I knew that it was like based on real events, whatever. But he's like, "Yeah, no, like the real guy." So I was like, "That's crazy." And like I started doing research because he was like, when we would walk through the corridor, when he would walk through the corridor, we all had to like turn around and like face the wall and like all of this stuff. And he was like this big, like dude. And I was like, "Oh, that's I mean, I'm like 13. I'm like, this is wild." And then I Google, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, and it's like loosely based off of Ed Gein. And I'm like, what?
It's a skinny dude from Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you were, what a dickhead.
Yeah, it was an MS-13 member, not like
yeah.
Bundy, or not Bundy, Gein.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, but he knew that.
Yeah.
He just it's like, so we'd be like, "Oh, you're so cool because you were around a serial killer and you weren't scared."
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have his chainsaw then, did he? But he still wore the fucking leather faces. Like no.
In prison, they were like, "You get to pick one thing to take with you." He's like, "The leather face, please put it on."
Please put it on. It makes me comfortable. I'm actually autistic.
Well, really, if you watch those movies, it's like a severely disabled guy.
Oh, absolutely.
With a chainsaw.
He's so mentally handicapped.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how he knows how to start the chainsaw.
Like, he's just like, and we're like,
yeah, but those are just like, he's trying to talk. That's not even the chainsaw making those noises.
Yeah. Well, it's like clearly inbreeding. It's like,
it's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas. It's inbreeding. Like, this dude with a chainsaw, he's too big for his own good.
Yeah.
And he's attacking people, and then like every once in a while he's like, "I'm down to fuck."
Exactly. Yeah, every time he's like, "But show me your tit." I mean, like, that's, even the mentally handicapped people are like, "But I still love boobies."
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean,
I know straight women who are like, "Let me see some titties."
Exactly.
Like, everyone loves them.
Everyone loves boobies.
Of course.
It's like it
Why
is.
I follow you on Instagram?
I asked Danny yesterday. He was on yesterday. Fuck you guys.
Damn it, Danny made it on before I did.
Yeah.
This has been my white whale. I was like, I've been waiting. I was like, "Alex, I don't want to ask you to be on the podcast. That feels too much." I was like, if I could beat Danny, but I saw everyone you would upload and everyone's on the podcast. I was like, if I could beat Danny, if I don't have to.
Well, it's Danny Martinez, not Danny French.
I was Danny French next. I beat Danny French.
Yeah, you beat Danny French. Yeah.
But I didn't beat. I've known you longer than you've known Danny Martinez.
Yeah, that is accurate.
Fuck you.
But he's verified.
Oh, yeah. 100%, yeah.
So I asked him yesterday, I was like, "Danny, have you seen my titties?" And he kind of looked at me. And he was like, "No." And I was like, "You haven't?" And he's like, "I've seen Chris Ward's titties." And I was
Everyone
like,
has.
Yeah, and I was like, "Not my physical fucking, no, not me naked, you dickhead." I was like, "On Instagram, have you seen my AC boobies?" And I showed him. He was like, "That's a great idea." But I was like, people who don't know that, where you're just like, "I've seen your titties," like, it's just so random.
Well, and like, Danny's band started in like the mid, like 2008, I want to say.
Yeah.
Like, that was the height of like girls being slutty on the internet. Like,
oh, really?
I don't know how he didn't take advantage of that.
I think girls are still pretty slutty on
Oh,
the
no,
internet.
they are, but like...
Do you know any pedophiles?
Oh, we didn't even finish that.
We didn't, no. All right, finish it.
Okay, so...
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah.
No, so me and her, I met her at her place. She gave me a tour of her apartment.
And she was in her 40s?
She's 41, yeah.
Well, you're fucking 38, so...
I'm 30. I turn 31 next month.
Yeah.
But, I had to make that separation. But she gave me a tour of her apartment and she's like, "Here's all my art that I do." I was like, "All right, cool." And then like we fucked, and then she started talking about like our spirits intertwined.
Okay.
I was like, "What?"
Did you wear a condom?
She's 41. I didn't think it was possible.
Did you come in her, Gary?
Yeah. I can't lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you on your podcast.
So your spirits are intertwined because you're making a baby right now. That is what happened.
She works with the state, so it'll be taken care of.
She works with the state, and she's asking if you know pedophiles. She's like, "Do I know you? Have we met?"
That's what she was like. She was like looking. She was like, "Gary Spragg. Oh, he's clear.
Nah, he's good.
I'll fuck him.
I'll fuck him in my own house."
Yeah, no. But she started talking about spirits intertwined, and like I was like, "Yo, we met, not even met, like on Bumble, like 3 hours, like not even 3 hours."
And
ago.
I just came inside of you
Yeah,
after you showed me a tour of your 300 square foot apartment. Like,
this is a bumblefuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nah, there's no spiritual intertwining here.
No, like I was sad at a bar.
Yeah.
And you were like, "You want to fuck?" No, she said she wanted to cuddle.
Afterward?
She was like, "Do you want to have a cuddle party?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Yeah, because I know I'm gonna fuck."
Yeah. How did you cuddle though?
Fucked.
Oh, there was no cuddling?
Oh, there was a lot of cuddling, but like,
Were you big or little spoon though?
I was big spoon.
Was she bigger than you?
A little bit.
Yeah. I like to be little spoon though.
Dude, there's some comfort in being little spoon.
Fuck yeah, there is.
Yeah, like I have to put up this front in front of the world, and every once in a while, just
and I always have a heart on, so it's like, do you want to get poked in the back? Like, no.
Like, oh, my back hurts. It's like, well, I shouldn't be big spoon then.
Yeah, exactly. Like, spread your butt cheeks.
Yeah,
like,
do something.
Yeah, let me fucking holster this weapon, okay? Because it needs somewhere to go.
Yeah, like you're gonna complain this whole time,
right?
You're going to complain.
They're like, "I'm so cold, cuddle me." You're still gonna be cold.
Yeah.
I can only cover half your body. Like, come on.
There's gonna be some save room for Jesus. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
like,
no.
What are we doing?
Wow, so Jesus not only is fucking up your birthday, he's fucking up your cuddle sessions too. Wow, Jesus is an asshole.
Bro, you live in conservative Texas, and like so many people are like, "I put Jesus first." I was like, "We fucked on the first date. You did not put Jesus first."
Well, maybe she made Jesus come before you got there. That's Jesus is just her gardener, but she calls him Jesus because she doesn't know Mexican.
She's like, "I don't know Spanish, so can I get a quesadilla?"
Thanks, Jesus.
The biggest irony I've ever had was like meeting like a dude named Jesus who was strictly satanic.
Oh, okay.
He was like, "No, I'm a Satanist." I was like, "Oh, like one of those like kind of not really Satanist, but kind of like just counterculture of like Christianity." He goes, "No, I have an altar where I worship Satan."
He's like, "I cut my own dick and then jerk off into my own blood for Satan."
I was like, "Bro, your Catholic family's so upset right now."
Like, nah, they're usually part of it.
Yeah.
But then you
only
repent.
parts of them.
Yeah. You just repent and ask for forgiveness and do 7 Hail Marys. You're fine.
Dude, it's the biggest scam ever is to get in heaven.
Yeah.
Because they're like, "Yo, I jerked off at some weird shit. And then like I beat up a hooker." And they're like, "Who hasn't?"
Right. See, like Gary, because you're half German, right?
I'm like a lot of German. Like even my dad's side, there's a lot of German.
Oh, okay, I was like, that's weird. I'm just a lot of German. Okay, but so I feel like, to be honest, I feel like you would rather, like, rather than kicking it with Jesus in heaven, you'd rather hang with Hitler in hell.
He's got some stories.
Hitler does?
Yeah, probably. Dude, have you ever seen that video of like him like at the Olympics?
Well, yeah.
Where he's like methed out?
Yeah. See, everybody tries to say that Hitler was on meth.
No, dude, he had like severe issues. Like he was like stomach issues and like mental issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he had syphilis. So it looked like he was tweaking, but like his body was just
that's only
syphilis in and out.
Someone told me they're like, I don't know if you're familiar with Friedrich Nietzsche. Like God is dead and man is the one who killed him. It's like his great line from philosophy. Okay. He also had syphilis. And someone tried to compare Hitler to Friedrich Nietzsche. I was like, no, because I've read Nietzsche like 100 times. I have never once read Mein Kampf.
Yeah, but have you ever read My New Order?
Nuh-uh.
It's another book. Like, it's all of his speeches in chronological order.
I knew a guy who learned German from his speeches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Das ist nicht gut.
I was like, nah, bro. Can we not?
Can you speak German?
No.
Wirklich?
my mom tried to, but being a very dumb kid, I just really didn't care to.
See, that sucks too, though, because like that is obvious. You know, like that's your history.
No, yeah.
You know?
Like looking back on it, I was like, damn it, I wish I would have like learned more German.
Well, your mom's still around. Fucking, does she not speak German anymore?
Honestly, not that much. Like my brother's 10 years older than me.
Okay.
And he moved whenever we moved to the States because he's from my mom's first marriage.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And so whenever we moved to the States, he learned English from Sesame Street because of U.S. base.
Okay.
And so they'll speak German to each other. Uh-huh. It's kind of like how I am with Spanish. Like I can understand what's going on. Uh-huh. I just can't relay back.
Okay.
But I know more Spanish than I do German, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I live in Texas.
Right, of course. But he's like, my Bruder is ein Dummkopf.
Yeah, my brother's a dumbass.
Yeah. Okay, so you know when he says that.
Or like, my mom would always call me a Scheizekopf.
Yeah, shithead. Yeah.
Or like she'll be Menschenkinder, which is like, oh, my kids. Like,
yeah.
She's like fucking done with us.
Right. Yeah.
Like I always knew I was like
Schnell.
Yeah. It's what they're like, Jews get in.
Right. But your mom doesn't hate Jews; she hates French people.
No, dude, my mom. It's weird, dude. It's so weird.
So that's what's so like. Anytime, like Dixon has that joke about like the first and the second and the third Reich, you know, and like this was there, and like I feel like your mom was probably part of like the Second Reich, you know, that she's like they were like, well, what if we hate the French people? Yeah. And your mom was like, I can stand behind that.
Dude, like, it's so weird because, like, my mom, I've talked to my mom about many, many different things, like, regarding race or homosexuality or whatever. She, like, loves gay people. She loves black people. She loves Hispanic people, unless they tell her to, like, speak Spanish. My mom, like, lost it on this Mexican dude because he's like, you need to learn Spanish. She goes, I spent hours in a bar with a German to English dictionary learning English.
Right.
Fuck you.
I'm already bilingual, you
like,
piece of shit.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But like the moment like French people get involved, she's just like, they used to have a Disney World or Disneyland. I think it's still there, but they're like they had to close it down because the French are dirty and they're gross and they're horrible people.
Has she ever been to France?
Yeah,
really?
She's been to France.
She's like, I'll never fucking go back.
She's like, I liked escargot, but the rest of the fucking country can go suck it.
In high school, you're like, Mom, I think I'm gonna take French. 999. The German comes out, and you're like, Mom, I've never heard you speak German before.
No, I think it was my sophomore year. I took German, and the teacher was a cunt.
Okay,
she's the worst person. I aced her final exam, but I slept through the whole class.
That's awesome.
I was like, go fuck yourself. I don't want to deal with you anymore.
I didn't know your mom taught.
No, my mom was on the phone with her for 10 minutes and she like hung up the phone. She goes, what a bitch. I was like, Mom, that's your people.
Like, but like, no, she's from the communist side of Berlin.
Right? Probably. But then I told her, I was like, I'm taking French, and she goes, there's so many Mexicans here. Why did you take Spanish?
Why would you take this disgusting language?
And then I'd be practicing French in my room just to piss her off, like loudly. And she was just like, motherfucker.
You're like, oui. She's like, 99. No. Like, Mom, I have to know.
But, and then like, my school realized like they always have like these like different credit scores for like your school, and I found out if I want to graduate at the bare minimum, because I hated school. Right. So I was like, I don't have to take a foreign language class. And I'm like, no. So I like went halfway through my foreign language class and then dropped it. Oh, really? I was like, fuck this. I don't want to learn French anyways. Like, how many French people do I run into?
Right. My mom already doesn't like me.
Yeah.
I don't have to give her another excuse.
Yeah. So one day, and like when I dropped out, I walked up to my mom, was like, hey, so I'm not taking French anymore. And she's like, all right, fucking stoked. She was so happy. She made schnitzel for dinner. She was like, all right, schnitzel. I was like, all right, fuck like, yeah.
Ich liebe dich. I love you, Gary.
I'm really surprised about how much German you know.
Yeah.
Do you go to Germany?
No.
Okay, yeah.
I have German tattooed on my arm.
You
yeah.
Wait,
Heute und morgen.
I don't even know that.
Yeah.
I've known you for like over a year, and I've never known that.
Yeah.
The fuck?
You know.
The things we learn.
Welcome to Life is Cooler with AC.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like this is a German rendition of like Santa on here.
Oh yeah, it could. No, that's the Catholic one.
Well, same thing.
That's the fucking Pope.
Dude, my mom. So one thing I always loved from my
same
mom.
Thing. He said, Krampus.
Dude, all these fucking Christians.
The Christians.
Don't get me started on these Christians.
I'm not gonna let you get started because we are out of time, Gary. You piece of shit.
Next podcast. Next podcast.
The next one, we're gonna get into some serious shit.
We're gonna talk about these Christians ruining my state, taking away my abortions.
And clearly you need a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
banging 41-year-olds, raw dogging her.
I'm not done yet.
This is Gary Spragg, everyone.
Thank you.
No, honestly, man, thank you so much for being here. I know it's been a minute, and I've been wanting to get you on, but I don't know, it felt like it made sense at this point because like I have learned enough about your comedy and stuff, like because you had that little hiatus there for a minute, you know. So like now that you're back in it, and I can see that you're working hard, and that like I love to have people on here that I can see are working hard.
Oh yeah, it doesn't stop. Like,
yeah,
no, like every single week, it's like either refining things that I already have, or it's like I find something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like it's like trying to find like squeeze out the funny out of everything.
Yeah, and you have to, and like it's okay to fall short, like it's gonna happen. We all do it, so
I remember like when I first started comedy, just eating shit on stage and being like, oh, this fucking sucks. I hate it. Now it's like kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Because like I'll have all these ideas and I'll throw them on stage. And it's like none of that landed.
Yeah.
But also like I'll do a mic a week before or a week after. I was like, oh dude, I fucking killed it. But like in my mind, I was like, all right, remember that mic you did where you didn't do any good?
Uh-huh.
Like it equals everything out.
For sure, yeah.
And like,
it's a life's balance. You know? So you have to find that.
I had a mic where I was like, fuck you guys, I'm booked.
Right.
And I like, walked out and I was like, I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Because I see Philly do it all the time.
I finally got booked one time.
Like, I finally got a couple bookings.
Fuck
I can
you
say
guys.
that shit. Fuck you guys. I'm out. And then then I walk off stage and I was just like, I gotta do better.
Right.
Do better.
People are gonna stop booking me.
Yeah, they're gonna stop. Alex is in the crowd. He sees me. My C is here. Just don't look at me. I hope you were drinking wine the whole time.
Right, exactly. Thank you, though. Thanks for booking me.
Thank you so much.
But honestly, again, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a fucking a great conversation.
Oh,
know, it's been so much fun. The time has blown by. I mean, my computer, I don't know, it's fucking sleeping. Who knows? But so, thank you guys so much for checking out Life is Cooler with AC. Again, go check out Gary Spragg. He is doing great things. He does music. He does all kinds of shit, so he's always around. He is a fan favorite in Temple and Central Texas, so go check him out. I'm going to put all of his links down at the bottom, and thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Thank you.